Wayne's World. And
All right. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're live.
well,
Uh,
for the
yeah.
people that wanted it, we're going to lead off with a little Proof Rockin' Schmidt.
Two cops who just can't catch a break. One can see ghosts, the other lives with his mom. Proof Rock and Schmidt. Tune in and join them on their far-out adventures. Join Proof Rock and Schmidt as they topple crime bosses, defeat the cyborg gypsy king, get Schmidt's mom to give him his own room.
Come on, Mom.
Schmitty, I need that for my sewing room. Proof Rock and Schmidt.
I still want to see that show.
Yes. You got to check out that. For those not maybe in the know, if you're new, welcome, by the way. But you can go to uchoosepodcast.com, check out the past episode. I think it was our Who Killed Harlow Thrombe.
Who killed? Yep. Harlow Thrombe.
That was the genesis of Proof Rock and Schmidt. And I should clarify, I had somebody have some trouble with this. Uchoose is the letter U, not Y-O-U. Choosepodcast.com. They went to that site and it's still available on Squarespace. So I'm like, that's not us.
Yeah. Yeah. Use the
letter U because it's
thank you. The sneeze buttons for your kids. The letter U. Because why? Because we're hip and cool. That's why.
And the domain was taken and so were the other ones. So anyway.
No way they were not.
No, but yeah. So
should have done it Y-E-U.
There you go.
Y-E-U.
Oh, that would have been better.
Anyway,
this is the Uchoose podcast where we go through these old Choose Your Own Adventure books. And when we get to Decision Point, you can watch us live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch and type in the chat where you want us to go. And we'll go to that page that you choose for us. Hence the name. We don't want making the decisions in your life. That wouldn't be good.
You don't. I can barely be controlled in my own life. You don't want me taking care of your life too. That's some bad news bears. The quick origin of this show was that Lee and I, what seems like many years ago now, we're going to do this as a panel at a local convention here known as a Grand Comic Fest now.
Yes.
You got to love lawsuits.
Is that why that changed that? I guess I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. A little quick, I'll finish the story and then I'll give a little back on why all the cons are now fests. You have to look at this. It's amazing. So we were going to give this as a panel and then a little thing called coronavirus landed in our laps and put all of our dreams through the garbage disposal. So we had this plan to do a live reading of a Choose Your Own Adventure book as an interactive thing with the audience and crowd. And I think it was your idea initially, wasn't it? To let's just do this online.
Yeah.
And I was game. I'm like, let's just see how this goes. And now what? 2 years later now? Is it 2 years?
3 years now.
Oh my!
In April, 3 years.
3 years old?
Yeah, in April. Yeah.
We haven't done a repeat yet, have we?
No.
Well, we have the Christmas story.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we have done a repeat, but that's okay. That's a tradition, kids. That's what that is.
That's a new tradition.
So that's where this started from. That was the idea. The quick rundown on the con versus fest. So San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah.
Con being an abbreviation of convention, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And New York Comic Con are owned by the same people. And so New York and San Diego are joined, if not by the exact same people. They're like brother and sister type shows. New York, San Diego, East Coast, West Coast.
Yes.
And they apparently, and I don't know how this happened, because I don't know how you can like trademark the English language you know.
Yeah.
I get it for titles of books and movies. Like you and I can't make a Star Wars movie and sell that. It's not going to work,
Yeah.
you know. But the words comic and con, like used together, apparently, though that entity somehow was able to litigate that and leverage it against other smaller conventions as a way of like brand protection. And I'm like, the word con is anyway. I have my own thoughts on this whole thing. I think it's silly.
But so they own it, basically. So you can't use it.
They own the word Comic Con. You say Comic Con, and if you have a convention or anything you're trying to put together, you cannot call it a Comic Con. You know,
Comic Fest, or
yeah.
What if you use the word comic convention? If that's okay.
That's what I don't. And I think that they had all sorts of things. I think they scared people away from even the word con.
Yeah.
You know, which is ridiculous to me. And so now you have things that were otherwise known as, like, say, for example, Grand Comic Con. Now it's Grand Comic Fest.
That's okay.
It doesn't. And then O Comic Con, for those of you living in Omaha, now it's just Ocon. And then they even got scared them. So now it's Ocon Fest, which is confusing at best. So I'm just like, this like bowing down. I'm like, man, whatever. Call it what I want.
Proof fucking Schmidt on that case. And
welcome to Uchoose Con.
Yeah, Uchoose Con.
Call this.
There we go.
But like Lee said, you are the one who chooses the adventure. So we're going to basically be your humble narrators. The only rule we have is that when we're reading the previous book that we ended on last time, the first time now, we will make the first choice to avoid doing a repeat. No one wants to redo the same story twice in these books.
No, they
so
don't.
With that,
we will be REDUX.
Exactly. Redux. So we'll read the first choice, and beyond that, it is you who chooses the adventure, and we are your humble narrators. And we may see it coming because we have a little thing we like to call "You Choose Sense."
Yeah.
Not the monetary. That's you choose coins. Get yourself straight.
You choose sense.
You choose sense is that feeling you get when you know something bad is about to happen.
You're about to die on the next page.
You're about to die.
These original books are chock full of them. You can just tell.
Look at the cover. That cover is basically like you're gonna die.
Yeah. So this is Mystery of the Maya, which we went through last time. So we're going to go through it again. This is written by R.A. Montgomery. And I think this was 1981, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 81. May of 1981.
81.
And I think this is the reprint. So this is, I think, the 84 edition, if I remember correctly. But
81, Lee, where were you?
By the way, him and Edward Packard, the creator of Choose Your Own Adventure, were the first ones to start, and they worked together. And R.A. Montgomery has the rights to his books, but none of the other authors do.
That's crazy. He worked that into his contract, huh?
Yeah. So later on, he reprinted a lot of his books, and he called them Choose Co. It's like the company was called Choose Co. And that's where the imprint that he used to reprint a lot of his later on.
It's funny how they probably encountered the same thing with this whole con business.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, you can't call it Choose Your Own Adventure. So he's like, Choose Co.
Choose Co.
Choice Inc.
So this one, we're actually a girl, which is for the time was kind of unusual. So
that's some cutting edge, like forward thinking stuff for them back then.
Oh. And the artist was, let's see, you mentioned it last time. I forgot his name, but Paul Granger.
Yeah.
He's the one that did Harlow Thrombey and a lot of the early books, Chimney Rock, all those.
He's got that style, man. No complaints. I love it. But he's kind of almost synonymous with that picture you have in your head when you think of your favorite Choose Your Own Adventure book. And that is a good chance he's the artist.
Exactly right. Yes. Yes.
And there's some too and this is crazy where, and we've come across a couple, not great books. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, they're not that great.
And some of those legacy books, and look at that. I mean, this is number 11. I mean, certainly, I think he's definitely on board for the first 20 of them for sure.
Totally,
Like he's
definitely.
in there. But great art. I will say this: they've done a Goosebumps movie. They've done a Battleship movie.
Yeah.
Somehow we don't have a Choose Your Own Adventure movie yet.
Yeah. That would be great. You
Yeah.
take Chimney Rock or Harlow Thrombey, one of those old ones. And well, if you've seen Clue, that's kind of like it, you know, where they have
Yeah,
the
but it's a board game. Clue.
Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely doing the board game. I just think it'd be fun to see what it would look like to have a Choose Your Own Adventure movie.
Would
You know?
you here's some fan thoughts. Would you want it interactive, like on a Netflix thing where you push something on the remote, or would you want it big screen?
I almost say to preserve what it is, you'd almost need a Netflix
Type thing. Okay.
You know, it'd be great to see it in the big screen, but I think to really keep it close to what, we understand you Choose Your Own Adventure to be, you'd almost need it to be like on a Netflix platform.
So
for
Proof
sure.
Rock and Schmidt could become a reality.
I'm just saying. I'm
Just
shocked. We have 2 Goosebumps movies, frankly.
It's like, yeah.
So
Okay, Disney, if you're listening, call Eddie. He's got a script idea for you.
call us up. I got a script idea. I got some treatment. I know what story to use. We're not using You Are a Shark, although we have to make reference to You Are a Shark in the movie.
Or Dinosaur Island.
Oh God, Dinosaur Island. No, we'll get sued by Jurassic Park. They'll sue us. We can't even reference that book. So anyway, without further ado, we'll dive right into Mystery of the Maya.
Ooh.
Lee, do you want me to crack this one off, or do you want to start?
Go ahead.
Here we go. You are a writer on assignment to travel to Mexico to explore the ruins of the Mayan Indians. You're also 9. Your editor in New York hopes you will gather enough information to write a book about why the Mayan civilization collapsed. It's a tough assignment. No one really knows what happened to the Mayan people. Several thousand years ago, the Mayas were a powerful people. They lived in the jungle and along the coast of the eastern part of Mexico, now called the Yucatan. They were excellent mathematicians, astronomers, and engineers. Like the Egyptians, they built enormous pyramids. They surrounded the pyramids with other stone buildings and temples and observatories. No one knows how they were able to drag the huge blocks of stone many miles to the building sites. The Mayas were successful farmers, too. They were able to turn jungle into farmland. It seemed they could do anything. Then suddenly, as if an electric plug had been pulled, the Mayan civilization collapsed. The land... Oh, sorry, my fault there. The people fled from the cities into the surrounding land. Farms were overgrown. The jungle took over. The glory of the Mayan people had vanished overnight. What happened? Some say a plague killed many people. Some say there was a horrible war. Others believe the crops failed and the Mayan people starved. Were their gods angry? Was there a sudden lack of water? Or was it something really strange, like visitors from another planet taking their leaders away, straight to the aliens? We're on page 2.
Yeah.
No one knows for sure. The failure of the Mayan civilization has been a mystery for 800 years. It's now your job to find out what happened. Your plane has just landed at the airport outside of Mérida, capital of the Yucatan and the largest city near the ruins. Stepping down from the plane, you gaze out on low, flat land with scrubby. Keeping track, Lee. What's our scrubby meter? Our scrubometer up to right now?
Scrubby counter. Yes. Let me get that going here. Here we go. 1.
Okay, good. 1 scrubby. Okay. Dull green jungle. The yellow sun is hot and the air is clear. You take out a small brown notebook and jot down your first impressions of this strange land. Your felt-tip pen squeaks across the page as you describe tangled jungle, the sticky heat, the brilliant sun. The job ahead of you is a big and difficult one. Historians and archaeologists have tried to solve the mystery, but no one has really succeeded. You were told by your editor that a guide named Manuel would meet you at the airport. A short, dark-skinned man dressed in white pants and a brightly patterned red, yellow, and blue shirt greets you. Hello, my name is Manuel. I am to be your guide. Welcome to Mexico. His skin is like copper. His large nose and sloping forehead, this is horrible, remind you of paintings and stone carvings you have seen of the Mayas. Suddenly you realize that he is one of the descendants of the ancient Mayan tribes. The civilization may have collapsed 800 years ago, but the people live on to this day. We can't help but sound super ignorant. You like Manuel immediately, and you feel that he is going to be a great help in your search. May I suggest that we visit Dr. Lopez at the university? He is an authority on the Mayan civilization. Or perhaps you would prefer to just go ahead and visit the ruins. If you want to visit Dr. Lopez, turn to page 5. If you want to go to the ruins, turn to page 11. Now, last time, we went straight to the ruins.
Right. We did.
We're like, Ruin Nation, take us there. We're going.
We're going.
So this time, we got to go see the doctor.
Yeah, we're 9. We don't need to see the doctor, but
so
this
we're
time
going straight to the doctor. Lee, hand off to you, sir. Give me the news. I got a bad case of loving Mayans, and I got to figure out where they are.
All right. Manuel smiles with satisfaction at your choice. Fine. You will like Dr. Lopez. Come with me. A taxi takes you through the narrow streets of Merida, past Spanish-style buildings, and onto a broad avenue lined with palm trees. The taxi pulls up in front of a yellow stone building. It is the university, and Dr. Lopez has an office on the 4th floor. You enter the room, and he speaks. Welcome, welcome to Merida, and welcome to the Mayas. Dr. Lopez is an old man, stoop-shouldered, with white hair, heavy black-rimmed glasses, and skin that reminds you of shoe leather. His office is filled with pottery and carvings of snakes and fierce-looking half-human, half-animal forms. What are you looking for? Dr. Lopez asks you. I want to find out about the Mayas, why they failed, and what happened to them. Can you help me? Dr. Lopez looks at Manuel and smiles a secret and mysterious smile. Well, my friend, you've come to the right place at the right time. Here we have a secret time potion developed by the Mayas hundreds of years ago. He holds up a small bottle. We believe they used it to travel in time and in space. Don't be afraid. I've used it, and I'm still here. You stare at the old man in disbelief, but his warm smile and kindly face encourage you. Drink the potion and go back in time 800 years to see the glory of the Mayas. He hands you the green bottle. You shake with fear, but what an opportunity. Don't worry, Manuel. Don't worry, Manuel will go with you. This is crazy.
Oh, good.
All right. If
We're
you
drinking juice
and travel back in time, turn to page 7. If you decline the potion and decide to visit the ruins without benefit of the trip in the past, turn to page 11. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, hey, Mark. Mark's in the chat from Australia.
I had to check my ears. Are we going to meet a man, and within the first 30 seconds of meeting him, we're going to drink some weird juice he's given us?
I know. We believe him. We're like, yeah, sure. Drink this potion. You go back in time.
Stranger Danger was not alive and well yet in the 80s.
You don't need a flex capacitor, evidently. You just need a green potion.
Hey, man. Listen, you know how in the 80s, hey, never take candy from strangers. This is literally the precursor to that, where it's like always drink green liquid from strangers. Always.
Yeah. Oh, Mark says bottoms up. So
Mark's going straight to the choice. He's like,
potion.
Listen, there's 2 rules we live by in Australia. Number 1, always assume the animal's going to kill you.
Yeah, everything in Australia wants to kill you.
Yeah, all the shrimp belong on the Barbie. I'm sorry, Mark. Sorry, I had to say it. Number 2, drink whatever someone gives you. You're like jumping over the desk. Give me that bottle. Give me that bottle. You're knocking Manuel out of the way to get to the bottle.
Yes. So that's page 7.
All right, here we go.
All right, it's you,
Oh
Eddie.
boy, here we go. Ugh. The potion is thick and dark green, just like Lee, just like Lee Searcy.
Thick and dark green.
Almost like the slime you find in stagnant pools in the jungle. The smell, though, is light and sweet and fragrant. You take a gulp and put the bottle with the rest of the potion into your pocket next to your notebook. Suddenly, you are surrounded by people dressed in the bright red and green and gold clothes of the ancient Mayas. You are no longer in Dr. Lopez's study in Merida. You are in Uxmal, standing in front of a large pyramid called the Temple of the Magicians. It seems to command all the other buildings as it rises steeply out of the jungle. Manuel is beside you. He didn't even drink the juice.
How'd he get there?
How do you just come along? I had to drink the slime. You just show up?
Yeah.
Uncool.
And I have a feeling we placed the potion next to our notebook. That's going to bite us in the butt later, I think.
You watch. His red, yellow, and blue shirt blend in with the brilliant Mayan colors. Because, see, he is related to one of them, Lee, so he can't help but naturally select colors that would blend in with his ancient ancestors.
He's in his DNA. Oh, my.
Oh, God.
Wow.
We didn't know better. It was the 80s. We were trying. Don't be frightened, he whispers. We are 1,500 years back in time. My ancient Mayan DNA is aflame with the...
Now. I can feel it.
Across the temple of the magicians is a long, low building made of a yellowish white stone, covered with the same snake and Manimal. Manimal was a show in the 80s. Don't get me started. You didn't know that?
Oh, I did. I watched it.
Yeah, I know you do. You had to watch Manimal. You probably ran to the TV and sat down.
Well, it only had 2 TV channels at the time, so it was Manimal or MASH, you know. Or
they mentioned Manimal here. Manimal carvings you saw in Dr. Lopez's study. The building looks as if it contains long hallways and many small dark rooms. Suddenly a hush falls over the crowd of Mayas. 5 men and a woman in gold and red robes, carrying silver spears and wearing bright green feathers in their hair, move through the crowd and start climbing slowly up the steps of the Temple of the Magicians. They must be priest and a priestess because the people bow down in front of them. In the courtyard below is a squad of soldiers carrying knives and bows and arrows. They look angry. There is our first illustration. Our second illustration is a little bit insensitive, I would say. Maybe. I don't know.
Just awkwardly drawn.
Yeah, kind of awkwardly drawn. Yeah, going for a caricature kind of thing, I think. I don't know. Manuel must be one of the ruling clan, for people bow down before him also. He smiles and says, my friend, you may choose to go with the priests and priestesses, or you can go with the warriors. Both groups will teach you a great deal about the Mayan civilization. You are so busy taking notes about everything around you that you hardly hear what he says. Manuel repeats the question. If you follow the priests and priestesses, turn to page 12. If you follow the warriors, turn to page 13.
All right.
Wow.
Priests and priestesses or warriors. 2 options.
Yeah.
So let us know in the chat what you want us to do. But that's an interesting, again, just like last time, you go from, we're just looking at the pyramids to abduction by aliens. This time, hey, by the way, I got this potion in my pocket. Do you want to go back in time?
Uchoose books do not give you a lot of transition. You're like, here, one day you're doing homework. The next page, you're a captain of an alien spaceship with a scar across your face like this. And you have no context as to how you got it.
No. Oh, all right. It says warriors. So
come out and play. So Mark earns two Uchoose coins because his first pick was fun, and the second pick is the second coin is a reference to a movie.
Come out and play, Warriors.
That guy was so annoying with his bottles on his fingers. Clink, clink,
Yes.
clink.
Clink, clink, clink.
That movie, by the way, is the weirdest ending ever.
Oh, yeah. I
Like,
forgot
I'm going to
about
shoot you dead. Bang. Oh, I killed my buddy. They're like, yeah, let's go to Coney Island.
off to Coney Island.
Yay, we're gang. Anyway,
So Mark gets a coin for obscure movie reference.
obscure violent movie reference.
Yes. All right. So page 13, I think that's me. The warriors in the courtyard are practicing with bow and arrow, spear and club. There are a noisy group, bragging and shouting, punching and wrestling. Manuel tells you these warriors have come from Chichen Itza. He introduces you to the officer in charge on your way back to Chichen Itza. The officer speaks to you. There are two groups here. One group raids our enemies to get slaves or take revenge. They are fast, quiet in the jungle, and ready to die if captured. The other group defends us against invaders. They are careful and watchful. They never give up. They will fight until the last one is dead. Who are your enemies, you ask? Toltecs, a savage group who worship Smoking Mirror, their god of war and death. They are always invading us. Several warriors with you nod in agreement. You still have your notebook and you write down notes about the Toltecs. You are careful not to let them see the pen or notepad. You can never explain what they are. You find out that there are fights between the Mayas caused by jealousy and long resentments. The officer in command says, it's up to you. You can go on the raids or stay here in defense. All right, another choice. If you decide to join the raiding party, turn to page 22. If you decide to stay, turn to page 23. So
we're getting deep into this.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how we can't let them see our notepad and pen.
But you can see my sneakers and blue jeans. That's okay.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is like they're not going to notice that your dress is different and your shoes and
the fact that you're a white person. I mean, it's a whole nother.
That you don't speak their language. I mean, we never addressed that. How we are understanding what they're saying.
And I know this is supposed to be us, literally us. It's us, but they do put a placeholder in there in the form of a little, 9-year-old white girl.
Yes. Well, remember how the guys in the other books, we always have a turtleneck on. Our shirt is tucked in. We're wearing a belt. Our hair is always immaculate with lots of Brill cream.
Got those bangs.
Yeah.
They're like a little dab will do me. How about a big dab will do me all the time?
An entire bottle of Brill cream. So, all right. Well, let us know in the chat. Here we go.
We got to vote for a raid party.
So,
I think Mark's a video game player there. He's playing that raid game.
Yes. Let's see. It's page 22.
Page 22. Here we go. You want to see action, but are you prepared to fight? No. That's the answer.
Yeah. We didn't take a correspondence course in hand-to-hand combat.
No. And I just have some green juice and some notebook in my pocket. I don't know how to fight with weapons. What's going on here?
Yes.
It's one thing to travel in time. It's quite something else to be a warrior involved in real fighting. You could never kill anybody. Or could you?
Or could you?
What if you had to defend yourself? After 3 weeks of training. So now we're ahead 3 weeks, by the way. Welcome to Uchoose Time Travel.
We have like 80s fashion. We had a training montage probably.
Stabbing people, drinking green juice, making weird judgments about people's ethnicities. I'm gonna stab a guy. I'm time traveling.
Look at me.
Look at me. Whee! After 3 weeks of training, the warrior chief says, okay, now it's time for you to kill people.
Now you can kill people.
You will go on a raid to Itzal 3 days from here. Well, if it goes as fast as these 3 weeks, it'll be no time.
Oh, yeah.
Badum-tis. The going is rough. And you, thank goodness for your 3 weeks of hardy training.
Good thing. We didn't skip leg day.
No. And you and the warriors must travel fast and quietly. Finally, you arrive at the cluster of mud and stick huts that surround a small temple. You all hide in the scrubby bushes. Where's that scrubby meter?
Yep. Bump that up. We got 2 now.
Bing!
Ding.
You all hide in the scrubby bushes, waiting for nightfall. The bushes are like, hey,
What?
who
What
you
you
calling scrubby,
Yeah.
dude?
Come on.
Then, with a bloodthirsty yell, what kind of yell, Lee?
Bloodthirsty.
Your band leaps from its hiding place and rushes into the open, firing arrows and throwing spears. We don't even care what we're aiming for.
Just closing our eyes, throwing stuff.
We're just chucking. I hope I hit somebody. If you join the fighting, turn to page 37. This is a nuanced choice here. If
Yeah.
you watch from the hiding place, the scrubby bushes,
It's a scrubby. Okay.
turn to page 39. So, like, am I going to use the training that I've done, or in the moment that I'm supposed to activate, I panic
I hide
and I stay hidden
behind
in the bush.
these bushes I just insulted.
Listen, I may have insulted these bushes, but I'm also safe.
Yeah.
I have no arrows in my chest right now. I want to keep it that way.
I prefer not to have arrows in my chest. Well, I don't understand this. Yeah, we've trained for 3 weeks, but okay, we're gonna be a chicken and just hide in
I'm
the.
doing one-handed push-ups. There's a whole montage. I'm climbing trees.
Yeah.
I'm fist fighting monkeys in the forest. Oh man, let's do this. And the moment comes, and I'm like, you know what? No,
I think I'm
no,
just
thank you.
here. Speaking of chicken, here we go.
That's us. That is us in those scrubby bushes.
Maybe we'll jump out and fight.
That's true. That's true. That's the choice. That is our choice. Now, I will say this: my Uchoose sense is tingling.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting a little tingle.
little
Wondering
tingle out there. Just saying, something might be coming around the next bend
something's
here.
coming around that bend.
So, well, yeah, let us know in the chat if we want to fight, or do we hide behind the scrubby bushes that we just.
And while we're getting the votes, I want to let the audio listeners know that every other Monday, tonight is what, February 20th?
Yes.
Every other Monday night at 8:30 Central Standard, we hop 8:30-ish. We hop on and do this live, so you can join all the live fun. What more fun than to be part of this adventure
on your Monday evening? All right. So
Mark, being the true Australian he's like, no, we didn't come here to draw pictures. Although we did bring a notebook. I want to point that out.
That's true.
We brought a notebook.
We can stack the bodies in the nearby crevasse.
Ooh, the crevasse reference. Good job, man. Mark, deep cuts.
Good job, Mark. True fan.
Deep crevasse cuts there.
All right.
So what are you going to do, Lee?
Page 37. That would be
There
me.
we go.
Gonna fight. Here we go. Attack is a complete success. The element of surprise worked very well. Your band had the upper hand from the first. Even the chickens and the dogs belonging to the villagers ran for cover.
You're all gonna die.
Dust rose as you raced around. A large group of people led by a woman escaped into the surrounding jungle, but you and your band let them go. You could chase them through the underbrush, but it would be too difficult.
You could leave no survivors, but what?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Your attempt to take prisoners was not very successful, but you returned triumphant, happy that no one was killed or hurt. Manuel welcomes you and says, "So, you like leading the life of the Maya? Well, I'm not surprised. Write well when you return to modern times. Write about all you have seen and done. The end."
Huh.
Huh. I'm not quite sure what to think about that.
Is that an ending?
We attacked a village and returned back to our time.
We trained for 3 weeks.
Yes.
We insulted the bushes.
Uh-huh.
We contemplated bailing on our training.
Yes.
And we ran some people off from their homes and scared away their pets and their food source, and felt pretty proud about the whole thing.
and decided to go back home.
When you come back and tell people about this, it's gonna sound so lackluster. You're like, man,
No.
listen, you won't guess what happened. I went to Mexico. I drank this green juice, and then I lived with these Mayans.
For
Like,
about a
what did you do? I trained for less than a month, and then I chased some people out of their homes.
It's like this. You're like, okay.
What? Is
You
that
did
all
what?
that happened? Is that all that you did?
Is that all you did?
This is so forgetful. It would be like a normal memory. Like 10 years later, you would almost forget you did this.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, I did go back in time. I forgot.
Oh yeah,
That.
I did.
I trained with some warriors.
I
Killed
agree
some
with Mark. Now we just go back to our humdrum life like nothing happened. Yes, Mark, that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like, I guess I have homework due now, right?
Got to go do my taxes. Go to the
Lord.
dentist. Oh well.
I'm gonna say I liked our first go through on this a little better.
I have to agree. We're getting a little bit snobby after 3 years of doing this, aren't we?
We are. We're like, I did that ending wasn't such a good ending. Actually, here's our success. We didn't die.
We didn't die. Yeah.
We didn't die. We made some friends along the way.
Yes.
We made some horribly insensitive ethnic comments.
Comments. Yeah. Borderline racist comments. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and even is it American? No, it's like South American Ninja. No, I guess it's Mexico, so it would still be North American Ninja.
North American Ninja. Yeah.
Yeah, Nan for short.
And then we contemplated chickening.
And then we contemplated, like any true warrior, there's that moment in the story where you're like, maybe I just bail on everybody. Maybe I just turn around and run away.
Well, I'll tell you, if this one wasn't bonkers enough, our next book.
If you thought you'd heard it all.
Yeah, you thought you heard it all, but no.
Buckle up, Buttercup. You're going to read about space vampire.
These vampires. Now, I saw this one. I'm just like, this is bonkers. We kind of got to do this one just because it's just totally out.
I mean, just when you thought you had dealt with it all. By the way, that kid in the front, it looks like she's not playing games.
No, like that.
She's got a knife. Yeah, and look at that knife in her hand.
Yeah, she ain't messing around.
She's
Maybe
like
3 weeks of warrior training, and now is thinking about chickening out. She's
like, what do this knife and the last kid who charged that village have in common? We're going all in. This knife, I'm not stopping until the handle touches your chest.
Well, maybe like Mark says, we got hopped up on green mystery juice. Maybe that's.
I know. This is the nightmare dream we had after drinking the professor's like green goblin juice.
Yeah. So this is Space Vampire by Edward Packard. So this is the origin, the inventor of Choose Your Own Adventure himself. This is number 71 in the series. Came out in 1987.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit later in the game on this, but still 80s.
This space vampire is looking rough. Look at that guy. He's like,
I know.
What's up, y'all?
That Eddie after a long day's work.
That's me after about Thursday during the week. I'm like, I'm gonna listen, man. This is how I show up. You don't want me.
Like you drink that green juice.
That's true.
Yeah. So I'll put the link in the show notes for later, but this is illustrated by Judith Mitchell. Space Vampires. It's gonna be a fun one, I think. So all right. So you started the last one. I'll start this one.
Sounds good.
Basking under the imitation sun, listening to tapes of surf on a Hawaiian beach. You think about all you've been through lately. Training in the asteroid belt, then slalom race around Saturn, weaving through its high velocity rings, and finally surviving with no equipment, nothing but a light gravity spacesuit during a 3-week trials on Jupiter's largest moon. 4 years at the Space Academy, and you've made it. You'll graduate tomorrow, and if you did well on the quantum mechanics exam, you'll be at the top of your class. Man, I love these intros. Look at that.
Yeah.
So optimistic about the future.
Listen, it's nothing but uphill for me, baby. I've done all the hard work. Now I'm on a beach. I'm 9. Things are looking up for me in future town.
I know. Been through Saturn. I mean, it's just boom. It's just awesome. I just love it.
If it can be done, I've done it.
Yeah. We're again, it's that trope of Uchoose. We're just an arrogant little 9-year-old.
Nothing could go wrong now. Then your whole world got turned upside down, kid.
We'll see. All right. After centuries of strife, the planets of the solar system united and formed the Space Force to protect themselves against alien intruders. Although Earth is still the most important planet, the Academy is stationed in high orbit around Mars, delicately balanced so as to be able to blast off with almost no drag in the event of an attack. It's been known for millennia that the Canopians, I think, have been preparing for war, that they will be satisfied with nothing less than the conquest of the United Planets.
Ooh,
So
they want it all.
to attack. It will be your job to help make sure they never do.
Yeah.
You step out of the simulator and head back to your room on the inner ring of the giant space station that houses the Academy. Page 39.
We're already hopping.
We are. You've hardly walked in the door when a beeper sounds from the black box mounted on your small titanium desk. You grab a communicator and answer with your code name, Osprey. Our code name is Osprey.
Yes. Strange seabird.
Yes. So we're not a shark, but we're a seabird.
Listen, I think we can get. We're close. We're halfway there. It's an
You're
ocean
getting
animal.
We're near the ocean. Code 11, director's office. Wilco, you click out and hurry out the door. What's going on? Code 11 means drop everything you're needed at once by the director of the Academy. That would be odd under any circumstance. Why now? Just when you're about to board the shuttle for Earth? You hurtle through the gravity chute and jog along the ring corridor. Security waves you through without even asking for hologram display. This must be urgent. A sliding panel opens and you enter the director's outer office. The panel closes behind you. You're alone in a large room lighted by the incandescent surface of the ceiling. You stand still as electronic waves scan your body for weapons. Even your brain waves are being measured. If they showed a suspicious pattern, you would be hustled away within seconds. But this does not happen. Instead, a wall swings open and you pass into the cheerful, warmly furnished study of the director. This is your first close-up look at Jason Neff, a gray-haired man with a finely trimmed beard and blue eyes. He taps a wooden pipe in an ashtray and walks around the desk to shake your hand. Turn to page 2. So yes, we're hopping around a bit.
Man, we are.
Give us the illusion of decision. Okay.
He fell for it because some other the competitor books were doing this at that point.
I know. I think
and Choose Your Adventure wasn't really doing that quite yet.
Yeah, for whatever reason, this one, the later ones took a lot longer to set up for whatever reason. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
Sit down, Osprey. I'm glad you could get here so quickly. Neff points a finger at you as if he's about to accuse you of something. Then a smile breaks on his face. I'm happy to tell you that you're the first in the graduating class. You've been given an elite rating. Wow, thank you, is all you can blurt out. Suddenly, the smile vanishes from Neff's face. But remember, you'll be expected to live up to your elite rating every day. His voice is stern. We have a problem, and we need the best young officer we can get. We thought our defenses were secure, but the United Planets are in grave danger. What's the problem, sir? Is it the Canopians? Though his study is soundproof, the director glances around as if to be afraid he might be overheard. Have you ever heard of space vampires? Sir, are you serious? I thought they were only a legend. Neff shakes his head. If only they were legendary. The reason vampires are rare on Earth is that they must be in their coffins by daybreak or they die. That is a considerable inconvenience to them. Doesn't that make them easy to deal with, sir? The director removes his spectacles and rubs his eyes before replying. No. In all other respects, vampires are almost superhuman. They're tremendously strong and clever and almost indestructible. Their only weakness is that they cannot survive in bright sunshine. What about outer space, beyond Earth's orbit, where the sun is not so bright? The director nods. That's the problem exactly. He motions towards a large star chart mounted on the wall. Outside the orbit of the Earth, the vampires are almost invulnerable. And we've recently learned that a vampire from a distant planet is at large in the solar system. Last week, he got aboard the transport ship Petya, which is en route from Callisto to Earth. He's been killing the passengers at a rapid rate, at least one every night. To page 13. Jeff leans closer. His face pales as he adds, "We think this vampire was sent to the solar system to sample human blood. It's evident he likes it. If we don't capture him before he returns to his own planet, we may face a massive invasion of vampires." You start to speak, but the director silences you with his outstretched hand. "We're sending our new X2 probe craft to deal with this threat. Space launch tomorrow, 0700. I'm offering you a berth on this mission. I can't tell you more about it now. You'll be briefed on board the X2. You lean against Neff's antique oak desk, too stunned to reply. Will you accept this assignment?" he asks. "If not, you'll be assigned on mission to Bernard's star to see whether its main planet is suitable for colonization." All right. Finally, I had a choice here.
Man.
If you go on mission to deal with the space vampire, turn to page 31. If you go on mission to Bernard's star, turn to page 9.
It's pretty straightforward there.
Yeah. You go on the mission
or don't.
Yeah. But again, keeping with the choose your own adventure policy, again, we're an arrogant, well-educated 9-year-old who knows everything.
Oh, yeah. Do you want mission cool guy or mission lame sauce?
I know. It's pretty much what they're telling you.
I want mission cool guy. I want to be a cool guy.
Oh, vampires. Vampires it is.
Mark knows.
31.
All right, page 31, son.
That's you.
Here we go. On your way to board the X2 the next morning, you stop by the kitchen for an early breakfast because I do all my vampire killing on a full stomach.
I only kill vampires with eggs and bacon in my stomach.
Exactly. Maurice, the head cook, hands you a packet of garlic cloves. The meals on space missions are not as good as those you've had here in the academy, he says, and some of this garlic to your food whenever you want to improve its taste. I sense this garlic may come back to help us later.
Yeah.
You pocket the garlic like a normal person and thank Maurice.
Later.
Oh, look, the garlic that I normally keep in my pockets. I'll tell you, listen, before I met and got engaged to Jill, I was putting garlic cloves in my pockets on all my dates. That's how it would go down.
Just in case.
I got to carry garlic, man. You don't know if you season your food up with some garlic. That's how it's a win.
Doesn't everybody?
Wow, I'm weird now. I'm weird. You're gonna say I'm weird for carrying garlic in my pockets, huh?
What properly seasoned food? Doesn't everybody?
Just pull out my pocket salt. I got pocket salt. Look, I got salt. It's all loose.
I got some pepper, paprika. What do you need?
Yeah. I had onions in the socks. That'd be a weirdo. You don't put onions in your socks. That'd be weird.
Now you're going too far.
Now you're going over the limit. You pocket the garlic and thank Maurice. 2 hours later, the X2 blasts off. You're on board, thank goodness. Along with Captain Rick Field, Serena Fine, I wonder, that's funny, navigator, and Jack Smythe, communicator. As soon as the ship is clear of the asteroid belt, Captain Field assembles the crew for a briefing. Field looks closely at each of you. Someone here smells like garlic.
Who is it?
We're facing an enemy that is far more dangerous than common aliens. Some of our top scientists have been working for years trying to figure out the best method for capturing a space vampire. Who the heck has garlic in their pockets? The captain says. Some of our top scientists have been working out for years trying to figure out the best method for capturing a space vampire. We have special Curlian sensors aboard that can detect his presence, but that alone is not enough. We must work as a team, and red alert, the computer's voice sounds throughout the ship. Canopy and attack craft closing at 04655. Those numbers mean nothing, kids. I'm just telling you right now. They didn't know what they were doing.
Picking it up.
Field looks at you. If you ever want to take command of a starship, get that garlic out of your pockets and convince me that you know what to do. You're on the spot and you feel the pressure, but that's the Space Force way.
Ooh.
If you say, let's fight, turn to page 12. If you take a giant bite out of your garlic cloves and say, let's see if we can outrun them, you don't bite the garlic cloves, I'm just saying. Let's see if we can outrun them, turn to page 20.
It's almost like Mystery of the Maya. Do we fight?
Right?
We hide behind the shrubs.
Do we fight or flee?
Yeah.
You gotta love like this obvious, like, the spices on this space station are terrible. Here's some garlic.
By the way, here's some garlic. I know. I like how we call it space vampire. So everything now is space. So space
vampire.
Space garlic.
Space garlic. Exactly.
Oh, Mark's got a bail on us. So
that's all right. We may need to bust out the Uchoose coin.
Okay. So in honor of Mark, we're going to use an Australian $2 coin.
Ooh, there you go, Mark. A little tip of the hat to the Australian fan of ours.
Slide this over here.
And thanks for joining us, Mark. I know it's like basically like completely upside down where you're at. It's like daytime.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So, all right. Heads, we fight. Tails, we turn tail and run.
Turn tail. Here we go. Yeah, we turn tail.
We running.
We running. Grab that garlic and run. So page 20. All right. So we're going to go to page 20. Wise decision, Osprey. We have a more important mission, the captain says. Hyperstations. You move to the braces. Almost instantly, you black out as the X2 shifts into hyper mode. When you come to, you're cruising at negative acceleration, closing in on Petya. As you approach the hapless transport, the captain assembles the crew in the control room. He flicks a switch on the small control panel in the side of the conference table. The room darkens, and on the 4-foot square screen, an image of a Class C space transport appears. Then you hear the recently recorded message. This is the Petya, now en route to Earth from Base 10. Passengers and crew have been dying, always at night. Their shriveled bodies are found in the morning, emptied of blood. Help!
Ooh, like a juice box, just squeezed out dry.
Like a Capri
like
Sun.
A Capri Sun just crushed of all of its juice.
The image disappears from the screen, and the captain flicks on the light. Maybe we should fire a laser burst at the Petya, Jack suggests, and blow up the few surviving passengers. Field returns, his eyebrows raised. Surely someone has a better idea than that. He looks directly at you.
Oh.
If you suggest boarding the Petya while it's still in space, turn to page 37. If you suggest waiting until the Petya lands on Earth, turn to page 16. Wow. This accelerated fast.
I know. See, this is the choose your own adventure way, man. Things go from nothing to 100,000 no time flat. You're like, man, I just decided to put garlic in my pants. Now I gotta like decide what we do with a ship.
I know.
I say let's switch it up. Let's say tails, we board. Heads, we wait.
Okay. All right, we're gonna flip. Tails again.
Oh, so tails, we board.
We board. 37.
Page 37.
That be you.
Here we go, sir. 37. Let's board the Petya in mid-space, you say, taking a giant bite of your garlic cloves.
Garlic clove.
I agree, Field replies, but to capture the vampire, we must outwit him. Maybe he's a dumb vampire.
Yeah.
One of us must volunteer to pose as his victim. Vampires are only vulnerable right before they attack. Somehow he knew this.
I've never heard that.
At the moment when their bloodlust reaches such an intensity that their powers of reasoning leave them.
Okay.
That is why we must use human bait. Not the pet parakeets that I just bought. Those are rare.
Those are rare. Use those.
Once again, Field's eyes are on you.
Oh, man.
You look, I particularly loathe this kid.
You look juicy.
And so are those of the others. You realize you've been given a challenge. The future of the United Planets may depend on your reply. If you volunteer to pose as the vampire's victim, turn to page 10. If you decide not to volunteer, turn to page 28. This is getting crazy.
Wow, I like it.
To volunteer or to not volunteer.
You get to be a human Capri Sun or not.
Ooh, I like Capri Sun. They're delicious.
All right. So says heads, we become human bait. Tails, we don't.
I say yes. Let's do it that way.
Okay. Tails again.
We're not bait.
We're not bait.
28, not for bait.
Not for bait today. All right. 28. Captain Field is surprised that you wouldn't volunteer to be bait for the vampire.
Weird that you wouldn't want to do that. Huh.
Okay. So,
Put
yeah.
that in your record.
So you need to say that tomorrow. I'm not going to be bait for vampires. I'm afraid you don't deserve the elite rating, he says.
Ooh.
Orders you transferred, and a few days later, you report to the adjunct for reassignment to your new post. A middle-aged man with a long, thin face and thick spectacles. He hardly looks up from his desk as you stand before him. Well, Osprey, he says as he leafs through your records, you were the top pilot in your class. Too bad you couldn't stick with the team. You showed great interest in planet exploration. The adjunct takes his glasses and looks up as if to see whether you fit the description in your folder. There are 2 posts that might be of interest to you. One is aboard the Caliban, a spaceship whose next mission is to explore a recently discovered planet in the Akbar system. Or perhaps you prefer to stay in your own solar system and fly a single-seat Nimbus patrol craft. It's one of the newest and fastest in the Space Force. If you'd rather go to Caliban to explore the newly discovered planet, turn to page 111. If you'd rather fly the Nimbus, turn to page 110. Wow. We got kicked off about ready to confront the vampire. We had a garlic in our pocket, ready to go.
Right there. Ready to go. Get out of here. You sicken me. I can't even look at you. Get out of here, you and your garlic. So now we got demoted. We're gonna fly around, check out planets. I guess we should just stick with the formula here. Heads for Caliban.
Yeah.
Tails for Nimbus.
Okay. Tails again.
Nimbus.
4 in a row.
I know, right? Wow. Page 110 for the Nimbus. The fastest ship.
Fastest ship in the solar system. Hmm.
3 weeks later. Another 3 weeks, by the way. What's it with 3 weeks?
With 3, yeah.
You're on a mission in your own Nimbus, a single-seat ion-propelled minicraft with fusion mode accelerants. Your mission is to patrol the solar system in extra-Martian orbit and intercept any intruders. Your firepower is limited. Your shields would hardly deflect modern laser guns, but your craft is the most maneuverable in the solar system, and your radar equipment is state-of-the-art. Most of the time, you're able to relax, sleep, watch 3D videos, because this is the future, kids.
Yeah, everything's 3D.
Study Space Force manuals, play computer games, because let's just face it, video games are with us forever.
Yeah.
And enjoy the stunning beauty of space. But 3 days into your mission, a musical tone tells you that a priority message has been received. As you read it, you realize you are about to have the challenge of your life. Like, forget this garlic. I got real problems to worry about.
Problems now.
The space vampire tricked the Space Force assault team, captured the K2, killed everyone in the crew.
What?
Your whole team is dead.
Oh, wow.
That captain thought he was so cool. Guess
Yeah.
what, buddy? Who's
Now,
dumb
now,
now?
now who's the dumb one?
And is headed for the Omega colony orbiting Mars. You enter instructions into your computer. Intercept X2, display intersect data, advise tactical considerations. The computer responds in seconds. Time to intercept 3 hours 14 minutes. Turn to page 68. Wow, hopping it all over again.
Hopping again.
I'm almost there. 68. The only way you can defeat the space vampire is to destroy him before he destroys you. That is the world we live by in Uchoose world. His craft is faster, but yours is more maneuverable. The problem is that you can't fire your laser guns until you're within a few million miles
Millions.
of the X2. And you're going to have a lot of trouble getting that close. Once the vampire sees you're on the intercept course, he'll accelerate and leave you far behind. Your computer tells you the vampire will pick you up on his optical scanners in 127 minutes at a range of 2.4 million miles. It will take him only 3.7 seconds to calculate that you're on an intercept course. During that period, you'll have to do something smart, something to trick him into getting within range. If you decide to try to lure the vampire closer by sending a distress signal, ooh, crafty, turn to page 59. If you decide to bluff the vampire into thinking you have a faster ship and order him to surrender, turn to page 52.
Oh, see, this is why the captain.
That's why you're dead, bro. That's why I'm alive.
That's why you're human Capri Sun and I'm still alive.
You're a squeezed Capri Sun with a straw sticking out of your neck. So do we go for the lure with a distress signal, or do we go and try to bluff him?
Let's
making him think our ship is faster.
Coin here, and unless anybody else wants to chime in on the chat, do we want to lure him in or bluff him? So let's get the Uchoose coin here. So I suppose
I would say lure with a head and tails with a bluff.
Tails, bluffing again.
The heads work on this coin. What's going on?
I think it does.
Right, page 50. This coin's busted. Page 52, Lee.
Okay, 52 it is. All right. Surrender or else. I have a faster ship and longer range, you radio the vampire. We're going to be a really confident 9-year-old, aren't we?
That's it. We know it. We're like, listen, and I'm 9 in Earth years. I'm 109 in space years. Let's do this.
And I got garlic in my hand.
I have garlic. Fistful of garlic.
Fistful of garlic. That was your first track on the second side of your album, wasn't it?
That's the B side. Yeah, the B side to Empty Capri Sun. Capri Sun Soul was the name of that album.
You wait anxiously for a reply. All right, don't fire. I'll surrender. The vampire's voice comes out of the speaker. Very wise decision, you radio back. Now fire all your lasers toward the sun so I can be sure you're disarmed. Within a few minutes, your scanner has analyzed laser bursts from the X2. You can hardly believe how well things are going. It will take 3 days for the vampire ship to recharge its cannons. He's practically in your hands. Rendezvous as directed by telemetry from my computer. You order. Will comply, the vampire radios back. You instruct the computer to follow up by directing the vampire to bring the X2 alongside your ship. Your plan is to board it, keeping the vampire controlled with your FFG. What's the FFG?
Fantastic farting gun.
Yeah. Frequent farting gun? I don't know.
Fast forward garlic.
There you go. Freeze dried garlic. I don't know. Anyway. Then you'll stun him enough so you can tie him up with beryllium wire, the only material strong enough to hold a vampire. 46 minutes to rendezvous, the computer reports. You sit back and check through what has to be done. You smile as you think how clever you are. Oh boy. In your
Uh-oh.
first month of Space Force duty, you're about to capture one of the greatest menaces to the solar system that the solar system has ever seen. And it all seems so easy, maybe too easy. Scratch your scalp trying to think of what dangers may be ahead. Turn to page 75. I can already tell the Uchoose is tingling.
Yeah.
75. As soon as you're able to lock your Nimbus craft to the X2, you don your spacesuit and open the hatch with your FFG in hand. You cross over into the other ship and step into the main living quarters. You cautiously work your way forward as you start through the main propulsion area. You check the display screen and request an environ scan. A small object is in motion nearby. The X2's escape capsule. Your heart races. The vampire can't get very far in the capsule, and it's not equipped with weapons, but he must have some plan in mind, and you need one too, fast. If you try to accelerate the X2 while it's still locked onto your Nimbus craft, turn to page 94. If you race back and uncouple the Nimbus from the X2, turn to page 82.
To couple or to uncouple?
Yeah, to couple or to uncouple.
So I would say to accelerate. Let's reverse this. Let's go tails.
Okay.
And to race back, we'll go heads.
All right. Heads it is.
All right. Race back.
To the Nimbus. Page 82.
82. Page 82. You realize it would be extremely dangerous to accelerate the X2 while it's still joined with the Nimbus. You rush back to the connection and detach it. What is the vampire up to? You wonder. He said he would surrender, then gave up his spaceship and took the escape capsule instead. He certainly can't get far in it. It only has a range of a few million miles, and no matter which way he travels, you'll still be able to pick him up on the scanner. But you have a new problem. You're beginning to feel faint and short of breath. Maybe the computer can help you on this one. You punch in the data. In a few moments, the answer comes back. The X2's escape capsule has locked onto your ship. The vampire has drilled a hole through the skin of this vessel and is sucking out its oxygen. That's why I can't breathe, you gasp. The end.
Oh, man. Outsmarted by a vampire.
Outsmarted by the vampire.
So if he can't suck your blood, he's like, I'm going to suck all the oxygen out of your ship.
Something's getting sucked out of you, whether it is oxygen or blood, and I'm taking both, frankly, because he's going to suffocate us, and then he's going to roll up on us unconscious and suck out our blood.
Yeah.
We're dead.
That's just amazing. Oh, man.
Man, we did pretty good. We hung on for a while there.
I know. Sneaky space vampire.
Sneaky space vampire. What are you going to do about that?
I know. That was pretty
Proof
good.
Rock and Schmidt for sure. That was a good one. That wasn't bad, actually.
No. It took a little bit to get going, but once he got going, man, it was decision after decision after decision.
I do like the plot twist of us telling our captain that we don't think it's so good to do this, and then later on finding out everybody got killed.
Yeah, I know. Wasn't that hilarious? So
like, I knew I was right.
Died.
I knew I was right.
Yeah. It's like,
just saying.
You kicked me off your ship. That's fine. You're all gonna die.
Yeah. I didn't kill you. You killed you.
You.
Yeah,
that's right.
No,
man, that was fun. So
that was a good run. That was a good one.
Let's try this one again next time. So 2 weeks, Monday night, 8:30 Central Time. We'll give it another shot. In the meantime, like I said, you can go to uchoospodcast.com. That's a letter U, choosepodcast.com. Find our old episodes. You can buy merch. You can send us a message. Let us know what your favorite books are. We'll try them out. We've gone through a lot, but there's still a lot out there.
There's still plenty out there. Let us know what you'd like. If you have any suggestions, we've gone outside of the Choose Your Own Adventure books. We've done the Which Ways.
Yes.
We've done the
Twist Plot.
Yep. Have we done an Endless Quest? We did an Endless Quest, didn't we, on one of them?
Endless Quest. We also did the Goosebumps variant of them. I forgot what they're Choose Your Own Fear, I think is what they're called.
Yep.
So there's a few adjacent ones out there.
Wasn't there even a Find a Fate? Wasn't that another one?
Yeah, Find a Fate. Yeah, there's that one.
Plenty.
So, plenty. Or if you suggest one we've gone through, we'll go through it again. That's not a problem. That's the whole point of these books. Go through
them again.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these have double-digit endings, so it's not like we're sitting here. We're only doing 2 of them.
Oh, I forgot to mention the Mystery of the Maya has 44 possible endings, which is the highest that I've been able to find. There might be others. That's the biggest one I've found.
We've only found 2 of them.
2 of them. I know.
I know. It's crazy.
So yeah. All right. Well, we'll put a pin in this one. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, everyone.
And until next time, you choose the adventure. All right.
Good night, everybody.